to the black Frank White. We had to grow dreads to change our description. 2 cops is on the milk box missing. Showed they toes, you know they got stepped on. A fist full of bullets, a chest full of Teflon. Run from the police, picture that, nigga. I'm
holy shit, look at blazed up. Where's the fucking... Hang on. That's way better. Okay, so, what's up everyone? Part 3, 23, 22, 45 of the Lancer. So, yeah, we're inside the doors. You can see I've already started painting. So all this is going to be black. So I'm just going to use zinc black on this. It'll just save heaps of dramas. If you ever get scratched or damaged, just get a can and give it a jam. So yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, look at that. Nice and wet. Shiny. Looks good. Yeah. Cool. It's a strange colour. It looks cool, like on different tones. It's like, yeah, because it has so much white in it. Oh, no, it was a white based. We had to put heaps of tinter in it to get it to the right yellow. I think it looks like really radioactive. It's like so it looks kind of a different tone when you walk around it, which is cool. I think I like it. I mean, I actually do like it. Taking the old school, loud colours. So, here's something we haven't discussed, I don't think. Why do we sand with different grits? Okay, a couple of them is the obvious, really, is, obviously if you're sanding bog and stuff, you're sanding with like 40s, 60s, 80s, just to get it all back, because bog and all that can be a cunt to fucking sand, so you don't want to be there all day trying to do it with like a 320 or something. Then once you put primer down, so you can actually get your sanded areas down to 80, and then you can prime them and fill them with primer. Now if you don't want to be that guy, then you can go to 150, 120, 150. I've got some here somewhere. Yep. You get to a 150 grit and you can sand that 80 back, and then you can prime it. There's no point. Yeah, again, yeah, so we've got 150s. You see that? So there's no point, honestly, trying to get your repaired area right back to the finished product surface. Is this making sense to how you're going to paint it? Don't bother. Just 2K primer, and then, so yeah, if you get to 80, just make sure you put a lot of coats on. I'm saying 4 to 5 coats. Get it on thick. I usually do 3, but they're heavy. Don't worry if you're getting runs in the primer. It's fine, as long as you've got lots of coats on there. Getting it on thick. But yeah, if you get down to 150, again, yeah, it's going to come out nice. So again, what do the numbers mean? So the numbers are just the grits that's on there. So you'd feel it, like, one's got a little bit more meat on it, one looks like it's got sand dropped on it, and one looks like they're getting finer and finer. So they go right up to 2000. Normally the 2000 grits, once you're getting over, once you get over 1000, or when you start using, so 800 over, you're starting to cut and polish stuff, and buffing and that. So yeah, you're pretty much, that's when you're getting rid of orange peel and clear coat or paint jobs, runs or anything. You start using your 800s. Now why you want to start with 800, you can start with 600, but 800, it's just so you're not knocking it back too far, okay? And just think about it like this. You're using something that's got fuck all meat on it, but enough to knock it off, to like paper. So you're basically, that's what 2000 grit to me is like. It's like nearly using paper. So when you're putting your buffing products on there, it's just taking the dullness out and bringing it up shiny again. I could get really deep into it, but I'm just trying to give you guys like the instant thing. So again, grits. So again, that's why I walked over and said to you before, when you're doing 2K, so this is 2K. The 2K is off the gun finish, you get the shine when you've finish spraying it. Mathematics behind that has always been 320, and then when you're using base coats, so you remember, you know, if we sanded all this down and then say we put a metallic paint on there, then normally you'd want to be sanding the surface of a 600. Then you put your lacquers or base coats. Now the reason for that is, okay, is that there's so much, it's a way thinner product. So some of them are 1-to-1, so it's one part of the product and then one part thinner, or they're 2-to-1, so there's 2 parts of the product, one part of the thinner, and it's just really thin, so when it goes on it wants a nice surface to layer it on, and just has a nice even, so you got no scratches or anything in there. You don't want to see it because it's so fine, whereas the 2K is a 4-to-1. They come 2-to-1, I found out now, so there's a 2-to-1-to-1 and there's a 4-to-1. I use a 4-1-to-1, so you can imagine that there's that much product in there. So, but remember this though, with the 2K you're adding a hardener, so if the 2 parts paint, 2 parts hardener, and then normally it's a 1 part or 10% of thinner, so it's a little bit thicker still. Okay, you're not just, yeah, because the hardener is quite thick, it's gooey. Okay, so yeah, so again, I've been using, what I've been doing is using 240 to do everything now. I just, yeah, because my reason is that I've seen paint jobs start peeling off between the primer surface and the paint. It's nothing to do with how it's been laid, whatever. Well, it probably is actually. If you put it on too thick, you know, you just put this big thick film on to set it once, and then later on it just peels off. So yeah, you may have seen that when there's a video when I done the RX-8 ages ago. I was showing how I was putting the clear coat on, so I put a dust coat on, so it's like a dust coat on it. And that's to fill in any surfaces that are uneven and then built up. You know, we're going away to what we're talking about. So yeah, again, sanding. So yeah, again, I just use 240 because it's, once it gets down to 320, and if you keep using it, it gets finer and finer and finer. It's not like it's not working anymore, it's just getting finer to use. So that's why I always hold all my old sanding discs, as you can see here. I hold them all, and then need something that's got a little bit of meat but doesn't have meat, I just go and grab it. It saves buying heaps of other grits. But yeah, anyway, so we're going to do that. So that's pretty much why we use different grits. It's basically to get rid of the scratch marks, okay, so you don't see it in the levels of the paint. And that's why I use 240, is because it's just, it wears out to 320 and saves you heaps of time. But yeah, so everything we've done is being done that way, except for the RX-8. That's been done properly. That's been done with I think we did, oh no, we actually did it with 400 for the base coat instead of 600, and don't notice any difference. Anyway, again, I could get real technical. I thought I'd just let you know why we use the different grits of sandpaper, why it is essential. Also, with the dude who made a comment again yesterday talking about his RX4, yeah, so what it sounds like is that it just got poor prep on his ride, on your ride, dude, and yeah, that shit with the soot and stuff in there, it just got, obviously, just Prepsol down, and yeah, and again, that's why I don't like using Prepsol. A lot of people would know, I've probably mentioned that. Now, why don't I like using Prepsol? Now, Prepsol is a wax and grease remover. Now, you can buy heaps of different grades. The difference is that heaps of them are gruntier and they evaporate heaps faster, so some will sit there for longer. When you're using Prepsol, guys, if you're ever using it, I'm not saying don't use it, just if you're ever using it, that you use it on a panel at a time and you wipe it off straight away. Like, wipe it, I mean, you want it off. You do not wipe Prepsol off properly. You basically put a fine film between your surface and where you're going to paint, and you're fucked. It looked good for, actually I don't know. I do know it will separate and you'll get orange, it will peel off and separate, so you'll be fucked. Yeah, so we'll get one stone chip and then water will get into it. Next minute, we'll just start separating. So yeah, a lot of these cars that you might see being repaired from years ago, and all the clear coats peeling off, it will be probably because someone at that time didn't remove all the fucking Prepsol. The factory stuff, it's a whole different story on its own. We're not going to give a shit about that. But yeah, just watch out for using Prepsol. Alright? Anyway, let's get into it. And sand this motherfucker down. And get some paint on it. And then do some airbrushing. All in a week to go. Let's do this. Alright, peace out. Pow! Okay, so a couple of days fucking behind again. It's just because it's the holidays, you know. And you gotta do stuff with the family. So, yeah, went down to the racetrack yesterday and watched truck racing. It's actually the first time I watched truck racing. Truck, fuck, you know what I mean. Yeah, pretty fucking neat. Pretty fucking sick. Anyway, sanded all this up anyway. So, yeah. It's finally all sanded enough. Yeah, big gasp. Masked as much of everything off as I could. Yeah. So anyway, gonna blow it all down. Guards are sanded. I think I pretty much sanded all them. Itch to repair down there. And then yeah, so spray these all fucking yellow. Get all the, so yeah, I was gonna, oh no, let's get it sweet. Yeah, just gotta scuff that itch and I'm gonna spray yellow all the way up to here. So that'll be all yellow. 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 Mellow yellow. Oh, I gotta take the boot off too. Fuck's sakes. So yeah, I'm gonna take the boot off and hang that up. Yeah, so it's gonna be easier to spray it that way, I think. And then, yeah. Anyway, let's get everything ready. Let's get this fucking ball rolling. Yeah, so once that's done, I can then tomorrow, 24 hours, should be dry enough. Mask off that line. Mask off the whole entire engine bay. And then all I've got to do is spray from there back. Then I have to sand the roof, I think. Yeah, sand all that. Just going to get re-scuffed on these doors back and then do some airbrushing on it. Yeah. Anyway, let's get down. Let's get down to business. See where we're at. Fuck's sakes, fuck the world. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's something as well. I'll probably show it in other videos. Sanding using your hands. So just a tip. Yeah, if you're holding sandpaper, try and hold your fingers. Just try and hold them like that, okay? You know? So when you're sanding, you know, you're holding your thing like that, and you're basically just trying to keep that shit flat, you know. So that means you're going around in circles. You're going to stand up so much better. It does take a little bit to you know, get used to. And once you've figured it out, it comes natural. It's like walking and fucking taking a piss. You know, 1 minute you got your fucking someone teaching you how to fucking wipe your ass. And after a while, you can do it on your own. So, yeah, and you can use your fingers and stuff for all the like the little edges. Like, just try and use your hands as a tool. Don't fucking sand like that or like that, because you're basically, funny enough, you'll put grooves and everything. You won't see it, but you will see it. And yeah, and also just remember the tips I'm giving you with the painting and the prep and that. I'm not telling you how to do it, I'm just telling you how you can do it, okay? And just everything I've learned over the years. And the ins and outs. Again, everyone's taught away and their mindset is stuck in that way. Yeah, so even like when I go to work for people, they're, you know, they're stuck in a way. And I've done it their way for a bit, you know, slowly turned to my way, and they've had no problem with it. But yeah, luckily, I'll probably never ever be working in a fucking paint shop ever again. So yeah, I just can't. That's the problem. Anyway, I'll give you that little tip. So just remember, when you're sanding, try and have that disc or your sandpaper curved, you know, and you're holding it and you're rubbing your palm against it and in there. Right, it takes some getting used to, honestly, but once you figured it out again, you're away. That's a little trick. Oh, that's a trick? That's a tip from me. But yeah, these are things you gotta learn your way. But yeah, try not to use fingers. Try and keep palms. Right, let's get back to it and get ready for paint. Just scuffing this guards up and then we're done. Boo boo. Okay, also, when you're gonna get ready to paint, okay, now you should clean up. But anyway, make sure you blow all your crevices and gaps out. So I've just lost what I had. Motherfuck. Hold up. Okay, yeah, so blow your joint. You're probably thinking, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, but you'll be surprised how many people do not. They just go like this, and then they're done with it, but it's fine. So yeah, I'll probably spend about 10 to 15 minutes doing the things of our own, blowing it out. Knowing my luck, I'll probably still get fucking shit in it, but yeah, it's just a good tip, you know, and then blow all your guards down and see how much shit came off that alone. This one I've already done. This one, you know, I haven't even wiped them, so see all the plastic coming off it. What I do is I turn it on blast, put your needle all the way back. You should have an air gun, but spray gun's just as good. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing that. And then here is the paint. I've mixed paint up already. I've probably just knocked it all over the floor. No, it's still in there. And yeah, we're ready to spray up. So what I'll do as well before I spray anything is give it another blow down with a tack rag. And that's these bad boys. Get some tack rags. Bloody, no matter where you're painting, gotta make your paint come out. Funny enough, a little bit much better. But yeah, so what I normally do is, you know, I'll give it a wipe down, then I'll do it with the gun, the air in it, but it's just to get anything out that's floated in the air and falling back down after you've been blowing shit down. But yeah, I think we're on a roll. Again, a day out, 2 days out, but hey, it is what it is. It's going to wipe all this down as well, so that if it gets any yellow overspray on it, I can just come back and give it a touch up. But yeah, so this was done before the zinc as well, so yeah, that's all good. But yeah, you get the picture. You can see what I'm up to. I'm doing every bloody where. Anyway, keep doing that. But yeah, I'll let you know about that as well. You've probably seen it. Then I'm going to set put it on time lapse and just film a couple of layers. And yeah, so your first layer is always a dust coat. you just, I'll show you, you'll see it. It's going to be time lapse, it's going to be real fast, but then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. But it's just a dust coat. Why I do these dust coats is because it just falls on. You know, you put a dust coat on, it's all textured and that, and it's so that when it starts going tacky, because about 15-25 minutes, I'm usually really, oh, I just found something. Distracted, autism, eh? But what you'll find is that it's something for the next layer to stick to. So when you put your next layer on, it will stick to that, which is sticking to the primed area, and then you work it up to get the shiny. Because I've just learnt over, I used to do it, you know, smash the coat on and be like, yeah, fuck, I've already got a coat on. But you will probably find that in a few years later time, again, it's always a few years. The KE was a perfect sign of that. That you could probably lift it and peel it all off. But yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good at this thing. It's had a lot of fucking yards in it. Set the camera up, shut the hell up, and get spraying. Okay, so here's our dust coat. So it's just covered. Some real tricky bits here. You might have noticed me in the video, I don't know if you'll see it in hyperlapse, but I'm changing it to the nozzle fan. What I'm doing is I'm putting it straight blasting so I can just, oh, what am I doing? So I can just dust spray on all these edges in it, because of a fan you'll just, yeah. If you fan it, you'll just end up putting runs everywhere in it, etc. But yeah, we're getting there. So this is one coat. So what happens is I pretty much have to get the next coat on this, let it fucking tack, then the third coat will be the final coat. I've done as far as I can. I'll blast down the tunnel as far as I could, you know, so I'll probably do one more down there. It kind of looks different in this camera. Then, yes, I'll blast down there, one more coat and I'll be finished in the tunnel. Out here I'll put another dust coat on, building the colour up. Then I will wait for it to dry, we'll take off and then put the third coat on. But on that third coat, I'll come over here and start doing all of this stuff that I missed. This is because I don't want to be leaning in there and shit. So then if there's anything I missed, no, I mean, when I come to my last coat here, it should be all wet and I can wet it off, and yeah, it should be sweet. But yeah, I've done this boot. So the boot was, as I said, still there. So the boot is the only thing I didn't re-prime. I've just tried dealing with it, and you can see how terrible. Look at that. So that's actually the surface of the fucking epoxy. That's how fucking shit it is. And I've sanded it and sanded it. It's just like a golf ball. So what I decided to do was, fuck it, I'm just going to spray this, put about 3 coats on it, maybe even 4. No, I'll do 3, and then I can flatten it back and it'll be fucking mint. Then when I do the doors and the rest of the car, all this will come out fucking mean. It's just, yeah, like I was standing it for fucking hours trying to get that fucking boot back. It's the only thing out of the whole car I have not taken back 2K primed again. You can see the difference. But yeah, it's fucking, it itches, it can't. So imagine me if I was trying to if I was going to paint everything that I sanded with the epoxy on there, it would have been a fucking nightmare. But yeah, anyway, let's get this front done, and then boom. So yeah, I'll just smash some I'll probably smash runs on this, coats on this. I'm going to put 3 on there, and then yeah, we'll just let it dry, and then I'll bolt it back up and then sand it, and it should be good to go for its final coat when we do the car. It's a never ending story, and I dropped some paint. I'm not going to show everyone that. It's because I had to come and do this fucking boot. I set everything up for the engine bay. Anyway, let's get into it. So I won't hyperlapse what I'm going to do next. I'll do it in the last run. Fuck, that was a bitch. So here's one problem with those stupid cunts that are cheap. So the nozzle that does the pressure sits in the middle, and if you go far right there's no pressure, if you go far left there's no pressure. Like it's adjusting left and right. I think they should have just made it one way. I tittered with it, I did that. So I went to no pressure. But hey, I don't care, it's fine. I'm just going to finish it anyway. Put the paint on there. See the difference that's coming out? How that looks compared to that fucking thing. So yeah. Anyway, the bay's pretty much done. Just going to put one more coat, wet coat over the whole thing. I've just got this guard to do. One more coat on that guard, and then yeah, we're done. So I'm going to mix up a little bit more paint. I spilt some fucking paint, we don't even talk about that. And yeah, and then done. And just going to leave that. So yeah, let's get back into this. Put the final coats on that guard, all the way through the engine bay to this guard. Let it all dry, and then I can just mask it all off. Except for this guard. I've got to fucking re-sand that now, but it's alright. I'm happy to paint a guard in the rest of the car rather than, yeah. Anyway, so you could put thinners on a fresh rag and clean the whole fucking thing down, but don't even bother. Like, yeah, you're best off just to let it fucking, just leave it. It's just not my day. Car's killing me. Anyway, tomorrow, yeah. See you next bit. Okay, we're done. Well, this part's done. I'm pretty much just gonna mask this fucking bay off. Here we go. See, nice. Just make sure everything's shut in here. Everything's good. Like, so you can see how the texture, so that's from that fucking epoxy. So like, you know, but we're, see the difference from where I've sanded it and put 2K primer down. The engine bay, yeah, for some reason, I've put a lot of coats on this engine bay. I've plastered down there. Right, you know, it's come out mint in here. Just that fucking panel there. The rest is fucking mint. You know, that looks fucking sweet. A little bit of shit in there, but you know, that's alright. Something to fucking worry about. I can always buff it out if he's worried. That's, you know, but look at that. So yeah, these guards, I think I'm pretty much going to mask it off tomorrow. Engine bay, that panel, and then just fucking re-sand these guards, because I got a fucking run on there and I just smashed it. I didn't care. And yeah, and just paint all the rest, you know, and that fucking thing there. Sand all that back, and just paint all this universal all at the same time. So hopefully tomorrow, Arvo, we get, don't look at that, wrong and run, get this all sanded down, universal, and then yeah, fucking A. I'll put this back on, I think, but you can just see the texture of it. It's fucking terrible, But now I've got paint on it, it's happy days. Sand it flat, come up mint, like that front guard. That will come up mean. I'll only have to put one coat on that, one coat on this, and this I'll do probably two or three coats. So dust coat, next coat, finish coat, and it's done. Let it dry, so then hopefully by Wednesday, sand the roof and all the rear quarter and the doors, the back doors, mask all this off, and airbrush. Thursday, there's a big smudge on my phone, so I keep looking at Thursday. Yeah, let's just say it'll be finished in the weekend. It won't be finished on Friday, which I'm sure he'll be happy with that. You can pick it up on fucking Monday, so Monday it's gonna be ready to go. It's just, this car's just, there are cars out there that can curse you, or can be a curse to you. This is one of them. Anyway, it's all good. Everything's fucked up for a reason. It's gonna come out mint, you know, and I'm glad I panelled some of these bits. Like, it's not fucking 100% straight, but fuck, it's a hell of a straighter than it would have been if I fucking just did what he said. Anyway, we're gonna peace out this video. Next video will be should all be painted, and I should be sanding and masking. Oh, and I got the inside to paint, so yeah, definitely won't be ready till after the weekend coming. It's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah. And we're gonna put a motor in this fucking wagon. It needs to fucking get a motor in it. It needs to be fucking mobile. It needs to start moving. Cortina needs to move. Yeah, you get the Cortina to go. So Cortina, I'm gonna send the carb off to RES. I'm just gonna fork out the money, get the fucking new carb built for it. Then that's done. It'll start. It'll drive. It'll be a fucking dream. And yeah, just. Feeling depressed. But nah, stay tuned. Next video, well, let's see where the fuck we are in the next week. I'm getting there. Down, 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 down.